very simple and a plain answer, a very pragmatic one is please shelve it.
Right.
I'll give you the reasons why. The Indian Army is the recruitment pattern, the soldiers, the way our structure and organization are there. We are a tried, tested, proven, successful army.
Right.
We have delivered ever since 1947 and beyond in every operation, including the 1962 so-called debacle. And
Right.
I quote the Time magazine, which said, after covering the 62 war, the Indian Army lacks everything except courage. Right? So we had a tried system, proven system. We had done well in war, 71 war, 65 war. The improbable 99 Kargil war, when we started 25 years now, no one can ever imagine recatching those heights. We have all served out there. Sharma, the co-commander there, I've served out there in those posts. And we have proven ourselves in counter-terrorist operations everywhere. And we have definite threats. We have defined threats, unsettled borders. And we are transforming, we are carrying out major transformation or trying to carry out major transformations in terms of integrated theatre command, in terms of joint mentorship, in terms of Atmanirbharta, in terms of technology, imbibing technology, exploring technology. And with all this, the major strength which we had was our soldiers.
The fact is that our armed forces are a matter of employment for people of the country.
Right.
And are we a social engine for the nation? Now, that's Pakistan Army. There's a social engine for the nation.
Right.
The armed forces, the army especially, is not meant as an employment scheme.
Right.
How many people do we take from Bihar totally in a year? Say 3,000 people.
Yes.
What's the total unemployment in Bihar?
Right.
It's about 19% as per CMI data. So the armed forces are not, even if you scrap the Agnipath scheme, it does not politically or socially help out the distress of unemployment in whether Uttar Pradesh or Rajasthan or the matter of Bihar. So then that's a one factor story. It doesn't help at all. The total matter is about 40,000 odd people.
Yes.
Second part is that armed forces are a finite number.
Yes.
You know the borders. You've been covering the armed forces for the last 30 years.
Yes.
Now, we have a finite numbers. We require this quantum of force to defend the northern border, this quantum of force to defend the Pakistan border, and what reserves we have. So we have a finite numbers. That finite numbers cannot be enhanced.
Right.
Because there is, when say the Air Force might say 42 squadrons, but they have 32 and they're managing all right.
Yes. Yes.
Having said that, there is a basis of structural issues of the armed forces. Will, as I, a corps commander, or General Bhatia, as 33 corps commander, will accept any shortfall in manpower or manpower which is poorly trained? No. We will make a noise right to the roof saying that I can't defend my area if you don't give me the correct manpower to do my job. That's the way of it. Now, Agnipath scheme, as it was formulated, there were lacuna, and we all, including General Bhatia, were invited a number of times for discussions with the establishment. I mean, I would say establishment, the armed forces, chiefs in attendance, and we did not mince any words. The veterans, about 200-300 of us, and we said that the scheme needs to be tweaked.
One is individual aspirations.
Yes.
At the time of recruitment and beyond.
Yes.
And second, organizational effectiveness.
Right.
Both have to have congruence. Okay. If we have to have congruence between the two, I do not know tweaking. What you can tweak is 25% to 50% selection, 50% 70% selection.
Yes.
But the armed forces, intangibles have to be seen. It is not the tangible that count. You have to see the intangibles. How does a section, a platoon, a gun detachment, a submarine, a crew function? We carry our colleagues along.
Yes.
If someone is not well today, someone is sick today, someone is not feeling too bright, we carry him along. Okay, we function as a team. We attack as a team. The strength is the weakest link.
Yes.
Tomorrow when you have Agniveer, whatever percentage they are, 70% is of course just not acceptable. But whatever percentage you have, I will still buy. My need is to get into the army as a career.
Yes.
So I will now compete with my own gun detachment, with my own section. What do? I will not help him. I will let him down. So we have to understand the team building. We have to understand the ethos of the army, the very core values of the army. So that we are not understanding. So my point is that You have not tested it. You have not had a pilot project. This is forced down. We, in any case, if you look at our armed forces, you can't have a man with 3.5 to 4 years service trying to repair an aircraft, trying to repair a ship, trying to be part of a section, attacking the like I just heard you this thing, last mile connectivity.
Yes.
It is the last not that matter.
Right.
It's about the last 28 yards. You can get there, but not get there still. Someone, they'll mange more Captain Vikram Batra, Major Vikram Batra.
Yes.
But that is the spirit. That's the spirit of the army and the armed force we're talking about.
My logic is different. My logic is that we need to discuss the armed forces threadbare. It's not Agnipath scheme. We are riding a small horse, a mule. The fact is that what is the establishment you require to fight in future? Are you correctly entitled and you're holding that establishment? Are you planning and preparing for the right kind of wars? Somebody says the 4th aircraft carrier. Somebody says 42 squadrons of the Air Force. And we say 13, 14 corps and we are raising one more division. So, there is something not right in the whole systemic. Let's resolve the issues of what is required in the armed forces before talking Agniveer. We are talking about mounting one small portion of it of an HR policy without resolving it. Now, from 10 years or even longer, the defense budget has not increased beyond 2% of GDP, of which 0.5% goes towards pensions. That makes it 1.5%. The total amount that the army gets for modernization is not even 30,000 crores. And how do you manage the modernization of against an adversary which is asymmetrically larger? So why do we talk Agnipath scheme? Because the political hierarchy is enamored about it, saying that it should be removed, and the armed forces are saying we need cohesion. But we say, okay, we will remove the Agnipath scheme, but you will not get any future budget. And tomorrow, lo and behold, they'll say armed forces will get NPS like anybody else. So, we are just taking a narrow issue and blowing it apart without taking the whole thing together.
Are you aware that there are 600,000 non-uniformed employees paid out of the defense budget who served till the age of 60? In 27 organizations that lead a Ministry of Defense. Why are you not looking at them? Can we cut them out? Can we outsource those? Can we reduce them? Can we make them more cost effective? We are only looking at pensions because that is the narrative. Please look at pensions. I'm not saying don't look at pensions, but also look at the deliverance. What are we getting out of that's what I said. I started my first sentence. The value of money and cost of, the cost of money versus value of money. 600,000 employees paid out of the defense budget. No one looks at them. 27 organizations. There was a Shikhetkar committee. I was part of that Shikhetkar committee. 208 recommendations on how to enhance the defense, optimize the defense expenditure, enhance combat effectiveness. At least, okay, all 208 may not be implementable, but at least implement the major issues where we save some monies.
No, I draw pension from the Indian government here. I won't like to discuss options here. The fact of the matter is that the pension is a right worldwide, globally, it's a right to take pension. And when we drew the Agnipath scheme, probably we copied models from countries which have different requirements altogether. They don't fight on their own borders deployed the way we are. So, the models that we selected were not probably the right ones on which the scheme was based on. Now, to answer your question, pensions, see, the pension is a very major issue, and it's an entitlement which, even after the CAPF lost their case, it has yet not been implemented. The NPS for the CAPF has yet not been implemented. So the question is that, it is one of the most important aspects about is pensions. Now, we need to manage it. We need to manage it better. And I don't think it is possible for us to tweak anything of pension. The NPS will be, if you put NPS into it, it will be even more disadvantageous than having the Agnipath. It's not a question of pension. It's not a question of Agnipath. It's the whole book that has to be rewritten. So now we need to rethink the whole the capsule of what we need to do.